not buying it. So Mario Kart World has been getting a lot of controversy recently. I say recently knowing that the game was revealed yesterday, but still, I mean, it was lighting the world on fire, and people were looking at it saying it might be the best Mario Kart game of all time. $80 for it. $80 frickin' dollars. The mainstream game now costs $70, and obviously it's not even worth that price at that point. But $80 for a video game is crazy. Remember back in the day when games used to cost $50? And hell, even at $60, that's still not that bad, even though it's a bit too expensive, but I still don't mind paying $60 for a game, even if it's genuinely good quality. And Mario Kart is no stranger to this too. I think Mario Kart DS and Wii were like $50 each, maybe $40 for DS. I'm not sure how handheld prices worked back then, but you get what I mean. They were at reasonable price, and because the Wii and DS were so popular at the time, and these games are not overpriced, and they had freaking Mario on the cover, what happened? Pew! And of course, the original Mario Kart 8 also released at $50, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, even though it released at $60, was worth the price tag because it had the updated battle mode and all the DLC, which if you combine that with the Wii U version, it would probably give you like $65. So it's kind of a deal, but also we got the Booster Course Pass, which gave us almost 2 years worth of new content, and the game is already replayable as is. Like, it's so replayable. I've been playing online every day for like almost a year straight now. But $80 is a little bit too much, man, especially when it comes to Nintendo. You know, the company that barely drops their prices at all, even for games that came out almost a decade ago. And when you really think about it, Mario Kart World doesn't do much as a game to justify its $80 price tag. I mean, mainly for fans who only play Nintendo games, because this is obviously like the biggest Nintendo game, like one of the biggest Nintendo games of all time at this point. Maybe that's why they think it's worth the $80, but let's not forget, games like Skyrim and Elden Ring are $60, and those are absolutely massive games that are probably like twice or 3 times the size as Mario Kart World. And seeing as Elden Ring itself is coming to the Switch too, yeah, that's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it, Nintendo? And this is just from what we've seen in the trailer, by the way. We haven't even seen like 10% of the game yet. Is this game going to be like Mario Kart Tour 2.0, but with an $80 price tag? Will there be microtransactions or DLC on top of this? You know, DLC with the already crazy roster we already have? Nintendo can't really even defend their way out of this. They can't even do the Nintendo way of trying to convince us that this game is worth the $80. We're just not going to buy it. And people online already know this. Like, right before I went to bed last night, I saw so many tweets of people just like saying, I'm not paying $80 for that game. And it's understandable. I mean, combine that with the fact that the Switch 2 is apparently launching at $450, which, I mean, yeah, a lot of people are angry about that. I'm definitely one of those people that are a bit angry, but at the same time, I've seen worse console prices. So with all this backlash, that really begs the question, is this finally the moment where fans push back against Nintendo's pricing? Because Nintendo has never really been one to price their games at $70. They've only done it with Tears of the Kingdom, but every other game after it was priced for $60. Like, you know, it's reasonable. And their games are already fun as it is, so it seemed like we were in the clear. But the problem Nintendo fans had at that point was they never really do sales with their games. Which, yeah, that's its own can of worms as well. But now it seems that they're going the extra length by pricing games $80. And if we don't do something about it now, what's stopping them from pricing the next 3D Mario game at $100? Like, we shouldn't be okay with this price at all. Common sense states if we keep buying games that are this price, Nintendo will keep charging them again and again with their future titles. I mean, in the end, it's up to the consumer. I mean, will you buy Mario Kart World for $80, viewer? I mean, whether it's digital or physical. I mean, if it's physical for $90, take everything I said in this video and multiply it, because, oh my god, I don't even want to think about that right now. But the point still stands. If we don't push back on this now, this might be the new norm. And let me just say for one, I'm not ready to experience it. Also, the Switch 2 covers are absolutely abysmal and they should look like this instead.